In the current decade, the 2020s, it is entirely possible that you will read a headline announcing that NASA has found evidence of life in space. At a presentation in Germany in 2012, astronomer Seth Shostak bet everyone in the room a Starbucks coffee that humanity will make the first contact with alien life within 24 years. 9 years late, Shostak, who works for the SETI Institute, Search for Extraterrestrial Intelligence in California, still stands by his bet. According to an increasing number of scientists, they believe that, yes, there is life beyond Earth. Why should we be the only ones? And no, the previous sightings of alleged UFOs by US Navy pilots don't count. Whatever those strange flying objects are, experts nearly universally rule out the likelihood that they are alien visitors. The first encounter looks more and more possible. However, if we are to detect extraterrestrial life within the next decade or so, we may need to change where and how we look. One scorching volcanic planet in particular virtually pleads for our attention, and that's Venus. Scientists are now conducting 2 independent initiatives to locate extraterrestrial life. One is essentially passive, and it entails listening for signals from an extraterrestrial civilization. The SETI Institute leads this initiative with its arrays of radio receivers. The other initiative is active. Scientists send probes to distant moons and use powerful telescopes to look at even further away celestial bodies that can assist in figuring out the composition of a planet's atmosphere. One major problem exists in the passive efforts centered on detecting intelligent life in some distant technological civilization. Civilizations are most likely to exist on other planets. Planets revolve around stars, and stars generate a lot of radiation, which our radio receivers interpret as static noise. Despite all the electronic effort we put, any distant viewer of our own solar system would probably never notice human civilization. If we transmitted the signals with all of our power possible, you'd never hear it because the sun would overwhelm it with the radio signals that it produces. So, possibly active efforts may be more likely to uncover evidence of extraterrestrial life. The world's space agencies and science groups have planned a slew of missions and telescope surveys that could lead to the discovery of extraterrestrial life in the near future. On the red planet, Mars, there are rovers and a NASA plan to deploy astronauts there sometime in the 2030s. Looking beyond Mars, both the European Space Agency and NASA are preparing to launch space telescopes that will analyze the atmospheres of exoplanets, hundreds of trillions of miles away. NASA's new James Webb telescope, dubbed the world's premier space science observatory, is expected to launch this year. The Remote Sensing Infrared Exoplanet Large Survey Telescope of the European Space Agency is scheduled to launch in 2028. These 2 sensors will form a powerful duo. In that case, the term extraterrestrial would probably certainly mean microbes. The aliens we're most likely to detect are single-celled organisms, either living or fossilized. In addition to landing robots and finally people on Mars, NASA plans to send a mission to Europa, Jupiter's moon, in 2025. The $4 billion Europa Clipper is outfitted with devices that can investigate water vapor plumes that scientists believe occasionally shoot from Europa's surface and potentially support microbial life. If the probe works for Europa, it might serve as the foundation for a future probe that scientists hope to deploy to Saturn's moon, Enceladus, in the late 2020s or 2030s. Like Europa, Enceladus appears to have water, actually lots of it, and it shoots it into space in the form of massive geysers, making it quite easy to study. Also, we should check out Venus and its lower atmosphere, although it might seem like an unlikely place to search for extraterrestrial life because of its very high temperatures. The atmosphere traps the small amount of solar energy that reaches the surface, as well as the heat that the planet emits. As a result of this greenhouse effect, Venus's surface and lower atmosphere are among the hottest in the solar system. In addition, there's also the planet's toxic carbon dioxide atmosphere and sulfuric acid clouds. Despite its scorching heat, Venus could still be able to support microbes. There are several spacecraft in the proposal stage that might potentially detect extraterrestrial life in our solar system in this current decade, the 2020s. So, suppose scientists ever discover microbial life elsewhere in our solar system that is unrelated to terrestrial life. In that case, we will know that life exists not only on Earth, but in the entire universe. If you like this video, please consider subscribing and click the notification bell so you do not miss any upcoming videos.